I think the dating apps help, especially if people have social anxiety. People's personalities shine way differently in person than on a screen. In Indianapolis, in Indiana in general, sometimes we're a year or two behind from the coasts of what's happening on the trend. So in LA and New York, they've been doing, in Chicago even, like they've been doing singles events for the past 2-3 years. So it's very normal for people to get off the apps and meet at a singles event. Right now, like Find was one of the local singles events, the first one in Indianapolis. There are some other speed dating people, but they're very national companies. It's less curated from what I've heard. So like we were the first here in Indianapolis. So there's just a lot of education behind it because there's like the stigma of like, oh, if I'm, am I desperate if I'm going to a singles event, or like who's going to be there? Like it's a lot of unknown variables. And that has been definitely a challenge and thing that we're working towards, is getting people used to getting off the apps, comfortable talking and socializing in person again. And just wanting to, get people to realize that singles events are the new norm. Like it's so trendy everywhere else. And like it's been picking up. It's doing a lot better. Our events have been growing a lot. So it's just very interesting to see what the perception is from the other side of people that are single and that want to get out and date again.
It's a weird it's so needed in like the digital age. Because I think people want to date in person, but like, what are the like? It's almost like weird, the idea of like my wife and I dated back in like early like the 20 teens, right? Like the apps were a thing, but they weren't like huge yet, or they weren't like the thing everyone was doing. So it was like, I think it was still and we were in college when we got married young. So pros and cons to that, like as anybody who's gotten married young knows, but like it's, like it was very normal to like, just like meet somebody, like, we met at it was like a campus event where we went apple picking. And like, so like that was like where we first like started talking. Right. Yeah. So it was like this organic thing, but I feel like that's hard for people today because the apps have become like such a thing. Everybody's on social media. Everything is pre-planned. Like if you're going to go out, and it's like, I feel like people don't like just strike up a conversation with a stranger as much, maybe. I don't know. So I think that it's cool. Like this is like, it's almost like meeting the culture where it's at, of like, we need to get you guys together in real life. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's very interesting how the trends go. Like, back, it's like people would meet organically through college or through friends at work. And then dating apps came, and then like the stigma was like the dating apps were weird. Like nobody was on the dating apps. Like you're desperate if you're on the dating apps, or eHarmony. And then COVID came, and then everybody shifted to the dating apps. And then now it's like we're trying to reverse, go back analog, go back to when we are meeting people back in real life.
It's almost like I don't know how you'll receive this, but it's like you're like the if the dating apps are heroin, you guys are like methadone. You're like you guys just need to you need to come off your addiction to like just hiding behind a screen.
Yeah, I think the dating apps help, especially if people have social anxiety of being in large crowds or being around strangers. But it also gives people that protection, that safe space of just constantly swiping and then never meeting up. So we're really trying to just cut out the swipes and just get people to feel the vibes, get people's personalities. Also, people's personalities shine way differently in person than on a screen.
I agree. Yeah. That's I can't. So obviously, like Stuart and I are both married guys. Like we've never been to one of these singles events. So can you walk us through just kind of like what is the sort of order of operations of like how these go?
Yeah,
like for anybody who might be listening and interested.
Of course, I'll go through speed dating since it's our most popular event. We hold 70 plus of these a year. Speed dating is people will buy a ticket online for their age range and their gender. Then they fill out a dating profile. It's a few questions. We don't go super in depth like the dating apps do, but it's a few questions. The main ones are your dating preferences of your age, your preferred age ranges of people. If you have kids, if you're comfortable dating somebody with kids, and then also if you are open to having kids in the future. So those are our typical kind of criteria. Then people show up to the event. They're greeted by a host. All of our events have a host with it. They check into the software. It's kind of like a social hour as people are checking in. Then we do announcements and talk through how the matchmaking and software works. We do use software to run the speed dating events. There's a few reasons why this is really awesome and makes us very special. Is we do have territory, so nobody else uses this software within whatever city that we're in. It tracks people's speed dates. So if they come back to another speed dating event, then they're not going to repeat any dates. It also uses that compatibility to create a match score for people so that you can see, okay, we matched 100% on our profile. So it's going to prioritize us to talk versus somebody that we may have matched 20% of our profile preferences. So that is super important that we are meeting the most compatible people in the room and we're not talking to every single person there. People go on 5-minute dates. They're 5-minute dates, and they usually go on 12 rounds of speed dating per night. We have a 2-hour event, so it's kind of typically 6 to 8 right after work. And people talk 5 minutes. They'll get up. We ring a gong to signal the round changes, and people are able to choose on their phone if they want to continue the conversation with that person or not. I always say if it's not a hard no, then give a heart, because 5 minutes is a great amount of time to get the vibes of someone, but there's so much more we can get to know about a person. And then at the end of the evening, it's kind of an open social hours if people can talk to others that they didn't get a chance to talk to. And then at 11 o'clock that night, we send out match emails. So they are mutual match emails. So if you both hit a heart, then you are both able to get a match email. We don't hand out phone numbers for privacy reasons. So it is on the two adults to get the contact info after that. But it's great that you get that satisfaction and just awareness right that same night. There's no delay on knowing who you match with. And then you're also able to go back. There's a notes feature if you want to take some notes on your phone and kind of remind yourself who you talked to. And then hopefully people will schedule an official first date afterwards.
That's cool. I could just think the almost like the dopamine of we got a match at the end of that.
We have an average 76% match rate on our speed dating events. So awesome. For example, if 100 people come to an event, on average 76% of people get mutual matches.
This is what comes to mind. Anybody who doesn't get a match, do they get some sort of consolation email hey, get him next time, champ?
Yeah, we do send an email to everybody at the end that says match emails have been sent out. If you didn't find love at this one, we have some future ones. We do have a match guarantee. If people we have a kind of a twofold. People are always guaranteed to get at least 8 dates. So sometimes depending on preferences and then gender ratio, if people don't get 8 dates, they can come back to another speed dating event for free. And then if this is their first speed dating event and they didn't get a match, then they also can come back to another speed dating for free. So we always want to make sure that people are, encouraged to come, show up, and meet people in real life.
You can check out our full library of episodes wherever you get your podcasts.